Hello, hello, hello. What's happening, everybody? MCOC Droid does back again for another video on Marvel Contest of Champions. So, getting towards the end of the Summoner Sigil here. Don't look at the time at the top where it's showing the 5 days and change left. That is for the 7-day solo event for this week because I'm recording this on Tuesday night. No, look at the bottom. I've got just over a day and a half. It should expire, my math, which is always amazing, right? It expires shortly after 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is my time zone on Thursday. So I guess I would have done it shortly after 10 a.m. on Thursday or whenever. I don't know. The point is, I'm getting close to the end of the sigil. I've done a couple of videos about it so far. The biggest one was doing a full breakdown of my thoughts on the Black ISO market. If you have not had a chance to watch that, that is popping up in the corner right now. Be sure to check it out, just in case you are interested in my thoughts on the deals they offer there. Today, I'm not yet going to do the full breakdown. I will be saving that for either Thursday or Friday. So basically, as it is expiring, talk about my plans, whether I plan to renew or what have you. Today, I want to talk about a couple other parts of the sigil, which I have not gotten to yet. I mean, there are a few things that, well, there's one thing that doesn't really apply to me, and one that really is just extraneous anyway. The one that doesn't apply to me, you can't see at the very bottom of your screen there, of course. You do get an XP boost. I do have the forum post up here next to me. I believe it's a 20%. Yeah, okay, so it is a 20% experience boost, which is nice. I mean, you can stack that if they ever do, you know, like a Summoner Appreciation week or month or whatever, where they give you the extra 20% usually on gold, battle chips, XP. Of course, you can also stack that with your own XP boost, you know, either the 1 hour one or the 12-hour ones. So if you're earlier on in the game, yes, absolutely, that could be a huge help. Really get going on the level ups, so you start increasing your inventory, you know, the resources that you get, etc., etc. That can obviously be a huge help. And the other that I can quickly do a mention of is the title. I mean, yes, you get Summoner Supreme, but again, the titles are obviously cosmetic in the game, so that doesn't really change anything one way or the other. There's nothing you're missing out there. So today, really what I'm focusing on, real quick, we'll do the Golden Circle quest. And then also we will talk about the solo event that I mentioned at the top of the video. So real quick, let's actually go to the solo event, because yeah, I was going to say I don't think I'm in the middle of anything, and I am not. It's in the daily quests tab for now. Not sure why they did it that way. I'd like to think that maybe it would fall under special quests at some point. I wouldn't put it underneath event quests. It just doesn't really make sense to put it there. I know they've talked about, you know, they did this reorganizing, not with this past update, but last month's update, so back in August. I do like where they're heading, but obviously they do need to clean it up a bit. This has nothing to do with the sigil, but like Variant in particular should really be on its own tab, of course, and they have mentioned in the forums that they are going to continue to further organize it better. They just wanted to get the ball rolling, which they did, and I appreciate it, but they definitely could, you know, make some changes to make it even better. So it obviously should not be in the daily quest, because it's not daily, it's weekly. You only get to run it once a week. I mean, you can run it more often than that, but you only get the gold once. So ideally, I would say put it in special quests. That way, I think it'll show up anyway, even if you don't have the sigil subscription. But it is a special quest, even if it is one fight for 0 energy. So I really think it should be there. I know that wouldn't leave much left for this daily quest tab, but I mean, it makes sense. There are really only so many daily quests. Now, when they have side quests that are daily, you know, like the Sinister Labs we just had, you know, like Trials of the King, like that they've had before, this could also fit in here, even though it's a special quest, because it's daily. But anyway, I'm going way off topic. I apologize. So I am just gonna go at it with my best team here. It is scaled both in terms of difficulty and obviously the gold that you can get, based on your title, actually, your progress in the game. So again, I've got this up here next to me. Let me scroll back over to it. I just had it. So basically, if you're beginner, I imagine it's probably like a 1-star gold pool or something similar to that, and you get 20,000 gold. If you're challenger, you get 25,000 gold, and so on and so forth. In case you missed it, the initial announcement post will be in the description below. It goes all the way up through proven, Conqueror, Uncollected, and then Cavalier, which is what I am, which as you see right there means I get 125,000 gold for fighting this one gold pool one time. That's it. That's all I got to do. And again, it's weekly, so I get to do that essentially upwards of 4 times throughout the run of your sigil, based on when you subscribe to it, renew to it, of course. But essentially, on average, you are doing this 4 times during the 30-day period of your sigil. Now, you did see, I'll go back and show the nodes. Again, I'm Cavalier. I am getting the maximum amount of gold, which is the 125,000. So as you can see, it is an awakened 6-star. So it's not necessarily a hugely difficult fight, but at the same time, it's not something that you can just quickly auto-fight or anything like that. So, you know, this is going to be as strong as it gets. So if you are uncollected, if you are proven, conqueror, anything like that, don't worry. Obviously, this fight will not be as hard as that was. But it was still obviously a pretty quick fight at the very least, you know, so not too shabby there. Now, you do get, obviously, the little bit of gold that you saw right there just for finishing him. So in theory, you could farm that. I do believe you also get XP from that fight. Again, I'm at level 60, so I'm not seeing any of that, but that is another way perhaps to farm some extra XP. I don't believe it's much. It's probably only a few hundred for that fight. I'm not going to fight him again, but as I mentioned, I will actually go and just show off the nodes for a little bit, just in case you're curious, especially if you happen to not be Cavalier yet and you would like to know. So, I mean, you saw he is a 6-star, rank 2, awakened, 145,000 health, as you can see right there, a little bit more than 13,000 attack. So again, the stats are nothing too crazy, but nothing that I could just slap on the auto fight right there and not worry about it. Like I would actually need to pay attention. You probably noticed during the fight, he obviously was gaining power pretty quickly in addition to his own abilities. That's 100% power gain right there. The grand total of 400% attack and health. And then the recovery node, which allows him to recover 150% more health. So, you know, if you're not paying attention, if you're not careful, the fight could get away from you. But it costs 0 energy, and, you know, you can do it as many times as you need to, obviously. To get it done, you only have to do it once throughout the 7-day period. It resets every Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. So that's pretty nice. It's pretty easy. And, you know, even if you're Conqueror, Proven, or something like that, that's still, you know, 200,000 gold, 300,000 gold total that you can get throughout the run of the Sigil. So that is nice. It's a nice extra without having any special content designed just for Sigil users. Now, going into the Test of the Cavalier, which is the 7-day solo event, this as well scales with your progression title. So, you know, same deal. It's Test of the Beginner, the Challenger, the Contender, the Proven, the Conqueror, the Uncollected, and the Cavalier. Again, check the description below for the initial forum post in case you're wondering how it all breaks down in terms of the rewards, which the rewards themselves are fairly nice. Remember, you know, this is $10 for every 30 days if you choose to do it. The only reason I mention the cost is because if we get out of here super duper quickly, $10 is the equivalent, as you can see right there. I have not renewed it, so it's showing up for me. $10 is the equivalent of 275 units. Now, to directly compare this to the solo event here is obviously not the best way to go because there's all of the other stuff included with the Sigil subscription. However, just in terms of this, it's still pretty decent value. If you are taking a look at this, again, as I mentioned, it scales with your title, so your rewards may not match what you see here. I am Cavalier, so I get the max rewards that are available. So just going all the way down, just looking at the different milestones here. First of all, it's not hard to get, and we'll talk about that in a moment, but adding all of that up alone is 75 units. So that is less than $5 worth. However, that's only one component of this part of the Sigil. So the fact that you're getting any units at all is nice. In addition to that, you also get an energy refill. That's another 30 units worth. So already we're at 105 units. I believe there's also there are 3 small energy refills. So, that's another handful of units there as well. Not quite upwards of $5 total in terms of the units equivalent, but it's pretty darn close. 75 units, a full refill, 3 small refills. We're getting pretty close. That's probably, 110 units, something like that total. But in addition to that, there's some other nice stuff too. There's, of course, the 5-star shards, which all together becomes 1,000 if you get all of the milestones. You get some premium hero crystal shards. Thankfully, I have, again, the forum post here next to me, and it's got it all added up, which is nice. It's 5,000 premium shards, so 2.5 premiums there, which, of course, you can use in the Black ISO market if you so desire. The 1,000 5-star shards, as I mentioned. At the very end, as you see here, there's one of the +1 5-star Sigstone crystals, which is nice. I mean, it all adds up, right? 1 Sig level, it doesn't mean much, but, based on if you're trying to max Sig a certain champion or at least get their Sig level high, every level counts. So that's a nice little bonus right there. You do get 2 of the level 3 potions total, so that's another few units worth right there. 2,000 total of the greater solo crystal shards, which, who knows what you're going to get out of that. More Sig stones, maybe a boost, etc., etc. 6 total of the golden crystals. These are the regular ones, which only have a minimum of 2,400 gold, but still, you get 6 of them total. And then you get a grand total of 11 of the tier 5 ISO 8. This overall is not bad. I really like it for the most part. I would love to see, I know we get them, daily, essentially, as long as you're keeping up with milestones, with the 22-hour events. But just because they're not as easy to farm, I would love to see a revive in here. Whether it's, even if it's just a level 1 solo revive, which again is the lowest of the low, I would absolutely love to see one here. I'm not sure why they included a couple of potions and not a revive. You could shave off some of the ISO, shave off some of the gold crystals. I don't know, but 1 revive would be nice. I get that maybe they don't want to give away. Then that would be 4 revives total if you do all the milestones for all 4 weeks, but it's still not that much. Like I said, they give them away once a day if you're keeping up with the 22-hour event milestones. So to add 1 extra one each week, if you're a Sigil subscriber, I don't think is that much to ask for. So I would really love to see them do that. Maybe even get rid of some premium shards. I don't know, but they really should get a revive in there. I think other than that, for the most part, it's fine. Like I said, it scales based on your title, based on your progression. But I think it's fairly well done. If only because, segue, the milestones are incredibly simple to get. Now you see right here, I'm at 32,000 points and change, 40,000 max. And in case you need a reminder, as it says, it is a 7-day solo event. So it also resets every Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. How do you get points? Pretty much everything you're doing in the game. As you can see, you get a few for each energy you spend, each time you hit that Alliance Help button, winning an arena fight, using an item, stuff like that. So those add up, not terribly quickly, but they all add up. However, it's really the level up and the ranking up of your champions that'll do it. Now, crystals will as well, as you can see right here. I know those don't happen as often for a lot of people, opening a huge stack of 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars, stuff like that. So really it all comes down to the level up and the rank up. Now, I mean, if you happen to be ranking up a 6-star, like to rank 2 or something like that, then boom, there's your 40,000 points. You're done with all the milestones. Again, that's a pretty rare exception. Even the 5 stars, I mean, that's 15,000 points, so that's a lot, but you're not always constantly ranking up 5 stars. But once you start getting into the 4 stars even, you can take care of your milestones pretty quickly. Now again, it's not a specific rank. It doesn't have to be take a 5-star to rank 4 or anything like that. It's literally the next rank. So you could be doing a bunch of 4 stars from rank 1 to rank 2. That's 5,000 points a pop. In terms of level ups, if we're only talking 4 stars, 400 points a level. You would only have to do 100 levels of 4-star champions over the course of 1 week to get all the milestones. Again, that's very specific. You're going to be getting points for the other stuff, as I mentioned, energy spent, alliance help, etc., etc. But, doing level ups really get these points super fast. So I don't want to see the milestones go higher in terms of the number of points needed. 40,000 is perfectly easy. I can see that that was their point. They want people to obviously get all the milestones. That is the whole point of this sigil for this specific solo event. But it's incredibly easy. Just level up and you're done. Just rank up and you're almost done. So, like I said, I think the rewards are fairly solid. Just a little bit of tweaking would be nice. They don't even have to increase the number of units. The 1,000 5-star shards is nice. I don't know. Maybe some 4-star shards would also be okay. But honestly, the biggest thing I would like to see is a revive. It's not easy to guarantee to farm revives in quests or things like that. So I think putting one in here would be a very, very nice touch. But overall, I think that the solo event is fine. I mean, there are times where I've done it within the first few minutes. And no, not when it was glitched at first and people were getting millions of points easily, which, again, obviously doesn't matter. There are no rank rewards. This is not a competition. You literally get your 40,000 points. You get your rewards. You're done. But even after it was fixed, it's super easy to get this done. So it's a nice touch. It's a nice little collection of rewards every single week. Could use a little improvement, but overall, I think it's fairly well done. So with that, that'll wrap it up. Like I said, this should be the last of my mini reviews. So be on the lookout either Thursday or Friday for my final review of the sigil as a whole, and talking about my plans on if I'm going to renew it, and if I do, when will that be? So yes, be on the lookout for that. Thank you for watching. If you made it all the way to the end here, I know I talked a little bit about some miniature features of one aspect of the game, but just really wanted to get my thoughts out there. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Be sure to ring the bell. Also be sure to turn on all notifications so you do get notified of my content coming up. Aside from that, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I will see you next time.